RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief. The answer to your question is learn the goddamn process, trade your trading plans, don't take too much risk on any one trade, and just let yourself get rich.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Rational Investor where I've started only 5 minutes late this time. I'm 4 minutes better than last week. You guys got to give me some credit. I'm trying. I don't know why my face looks so shiny, by the way. I don't know. It's can never get it perfect. You guys have no idea how hard these camera setups are. Anyway, okay. Hopefully everybody had a great week. Hopefully nobody got destroyed in the past 3 or 4 hours when the market literally, I mean, Bitcoin was over 3,100 and then it went to under 30,000 in the span of like less than an hour. I mean, it's disaster. Trading is not easy. Trading is not for the faint of heart. Okay. Yeah, I probably should use some baby powder on my face. Thank you, Cotter. to be honest, guys, I'm not that tired today. I took a nice nap, but you guys, do you like my shirt today? Like I put on this shirt just for this show, just for everybody watching here, all 8 or 10 people that are watching right now. Before this, I had no shirt on because you know what? It's hot in Thailand and I don't like to wear a shirt and I work out a lot. So I feel like, okay, if I feel comfortable enough to wear a shirt, that wear no shirt, then my workouts are working. But if I feel like I need to wear the shirt, then I'm getting fat. So that's kind of my like way to try to stay in shape per se. All right, enough ranting. Let's get into the market. You guys don't care about my face, my shirt routine, starting late. Well, you probably care about starting late. I always start late, but I'm trying to get better. Every week, like 2 or 3 minutes better. That's progress. Baby steps. Baby steps to go with the baby powder. All right, let's shrink me. Very small today. Hello in the corner. Okay, hello. And we will get rid of that and go to over here. So, what happened today? Why did we have this shit show? Well, first of all, we should be on the right calendar date. What is this? The 6th. Hello, Richard. Hello, Cotter. Hello, Kenny. Welcome, everyone. 715 ADP non-farm employment change, right? Double the expected number. Now, this should be a good thing, right? The market should be up. Everybody should be super happy. Why did it go down? Why do you guys think it went down? I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious. People in the Discord have talked about it. Let's see, you know, does anybody know why did the market dump after these numbers came out? What's the justification? I'm going to pull up the S&P anyway. I'm going to pull it up on my other screen while you guys are answering my question. All right, Brian answered. All right, yes, exactly. So, because the economy is not cooling off and actually extremely hot, which what these numbers are saying is the economy is doing well. It's great. You know, if more people are being employed, then rates have to go higher. They're not high enough. Okay, the appropriate pain is not being felt. So, that means less liquidity into the system. Things need to become more expensive. People need to lose money. Yeah, we need 30-year mortgage rates, preferably at 10%. I want to see 11.5. Okay, I have cash that I'm happy to just let sit there and collect interest risk-free. I want those high interest rates, me personally. Then again, as you guys know, I'm semi a perma bear. So have you ever seen that I think there was a line in the second Batman movie or third, and it was like some people just want to see the world burn. Sometimes that's me. But only the stock market. I just want to see it go down like 60 or 70%. I don't know why that makes me very happy, but it does. I don't want to see any other issues or pain or people starving or anything like that. But the stock market going down makes me very happy. I love when things are on sale. I think maybe it's because I'm especially cheap. All right, so I wanted to touch base on that. That's what happened. That's why we had the massive move. And if you look at things like, let's look at like gold. Look at gold. Look at what gold did. Massive spike to 1927 and then a dump to 1900. Huge move. I mean, this is a big move for gold. is 1.3%. Maybe it doesn't seem like a lot compared to Bitcoin, but it's a big move. So we're going to talk about gold today because I think it's setting up a decent long opportunity. And then we've got Bitcoin where you had your stop run at the top and then you stop your run at the bottom. It's crazy. If you're trading crypto, just understand that is probably the hardest market to trade. You're trading on hard mode compared to anything else, which is hilarious because everyone under the age of 35 that I know mostly trades crypto. They don't even bother with stocks. They just do Bitcoin. So, you know, if they're trying to trade this, they're literally playing. They're if it's a video game, they're saying, okay, let's play the video game on hard mode from the start. Let's not even try normal. Let's just go straight to hard. That's what you're doing by going straight into crypto. Yeah. So be careful with these moves. But the TRI breath caught this, right? We had a nice short trigger, and the breath is still short as of right now. So be careful with your longs because you know that's what the breath is saying. If you got the signal when it came out a couple days ago, I think you would be in nice profits. Breath continues to surprise and create profitable trade setups. Okay, let's go back to the news. Let's look at open interest for tomorrow. You guys know I like to look at that, even though it's not always right. Massive call wall at 4,480, and then we've got basically a put wall at 4,380. So that's your range, 4,480 to 4,380, pretty big 100-point range. Right here, let's zoom in to 1 hour time frame. Okay. Here's 4,480 is up here. That's your big call wall. Obviously, that's probably not going to get hit. And then your put wall is right here. Look at where we stopped, 43.85. Can't let those puts go into profit. So I think this is our range until Monday, probably somewhere in here. Don't expect any further big movements. This was your move. That's it. They need to keep it contained to make sure that nobody here gets paid. Now, if there was ever a week when things would move further to the downside, it would be this week, because when I see a huge amount of puts or calls on one side, normally the market will move in the other direction. And this time we're seeing a huge wall of calls. So the market should theoretically move down into the put side. It could easily go below 435, 438. I'm just saying these are logical points where if they want to hit that max pain level, they're going to stay around 4,400 at the close tomorrow. Reverse repos I talked about last week, how it's slowly being drained. So you can see how it continues to head lower. That's something we'll keep an eye on until it eventually should reach zero. Hello, Nure. DIA range. DIA, you mean Dow Jones Industrial Average? Is that what you mean? DGIA? What is DIA? Dow Jones, yeah, Dow Jones. Yeah, we have a Dow Jones range. You can look at it, right? But I think it's not, I haven't back tested it as much. The S&P was always my main focus. But yeah, we can look quickly. Let's let it load. Why is it loading TD Ameritrade? DIA. Okay, I'm just gonna hit enter here. Let's look quickly just for Cotter. Yeah, huge amount of calls, but I mean it's small compared to the S&P. Like it's 3,000. Obviously, not that many people buy the calls here. So the reason I look at the SPY is because there's such huge volume. Like this is quite small in comparison. But you can see 343 is the max pain area. Where are we? We're at 338, which was that's kind of your line in the sand level, right? 339, 338. They've got to close it over there, and then all the market makers win. So hopefully that helps. I think it could easily fill that gap or something. Yeah, I understand. But the reason why I usually look at the SPY is because that has the most amount of options being traded. David Hunter. I don't know who David Hunter is, to be honest. Okay, where do I want to go from here? Do I want to talk about any other news stuff? I think I don't. I don't want to talk about. There's no other news. I want to talk about the market and what I'm seeing in the charts. Because I think looking too much at fundamentals serves as a distraction. Let's go to the S&P. Let's look at a weekly chart. From a weekly perspective, we have an 8 coming in. Okay. We're still technically bullish, right? Because we're above the VIP line. We're still uptrending. However, every time a 7, 8, and 9 has come in, the market has not always topped out. I was going to say it has topped out, but it looks like it hasn't. So here, no top. Here you did have a top. Here you had a slight top and reversal. No top here. Slight top here. No top here. No top here. No top here. And this is the first one. Here you had a 7 come in and then it topped out and rolled over a bit. So I wouldn't say it's a 100% signal, but it's a warning saying pay attention, because on a weekly chart, it looks like we're topping out. And you can see on RSI even, right? If I go down a 3-day, you have divergence building here. Let's go to a daily chart. Let's get some more data. And I'm going to get rid of my backgrounds. You can see we're still in the green with my backgrounds, which tells me don't short. But I'm going to get rid of that for now. So still in an uptrend, right? Haven't broken down. However, this is definitely a higher high. And this is definitely a lower high. So we have divergence. Quite a big amount of divergence. So my little divergence indicator has 2 confirmed and 4 potential still, with various different indicators. And you can see here, we hit the 4.669 target. Here was my 1.618, 2.618 level, and this was the 4.669 level at 44, basically around 4,400. And what did the market do? It topped out right there. So I think we can get rid of these. Also, our ABCD target was up here. So we hit all of our targets. And now we're putting in a proper divergence, looking like we're getting ready to break down. I don't think it's going to happen by Friday. I think it'll wait till next week, and then we can maybe start this breakdown process. But if you've been long this whole time, I would consider starting to close out those longs. I don't think this does not look safe. This looks, it's almost like too obvious of a top. But you could see last time this kind of happened right over here, right? We topped out and then rolled over. It's pretty obvious. It's looking pretty obvious here. We could do something like this a bit, take a bit more time before we finally break down. Perfectly reasonable. I could easily see that happening. Let's go to a little bit lower time frame. Yeah, no. I think the daily chart is fine. I don't think you need anything else. From a day trading perspective, I think I already kind of went through where I expect going into Friday and then next week. Okay, so that's the S&P. I think this news was a perfect excuse to dump price further down so that those calls are not even close to in the money. And it all kind of makes sense. Okay, let's look at, that was the S&P. Let's look at, you know what, we talked about Tupperware last week. Let's look at Tupperware really quick. Where's Tupperware? Tupperware is at 75 cents still. Nothing more to say here. Still a super high risk play. I'm still in a small position, but you know, this is either going to do a massive move or it's going to go to 0. So just keep that in mind, but I'm going to monitor and check on it every week. Maybe we take a look at NVDA. Yeah, NVIDIA also looks like, my big thing is the 3-day chart. So I've been watching this 3-day chart. I've talked about it multiple times. It's just starting to break down. See that on the RSI? Let me make this full. So RSI should be like this right here, right here. So this is right here, quintessential short setup for me. Now that it broke down, I should be, this is exactly the spot where I want to hit my short. And where was that? It was right here. So that was your spot to hit the short. If you're considering shorting this, you can get in around this area. Nice trade might be something like this. Put your short a little bit higher right there. Stop is right above the highs. And your target is at the bottom of the gap fill. Right? That's a pretty conservative trade. There you go. 6-to-1 risk reward. Not bad. I think NVIDIA is finally topping out. Finally. You've got divergences all over the place. I don't really see how this can't top out. What does chaos say here? If this is our top out point. Chaos points to right here down to the gap fill, right at the support. This is a major support level. So that makes, I think that makes sense. This is also a support level, right? So we can also just draw horizontal lines and look at support levels here. Okay, support level here and support level here, right like that. So it makes sense. We would go right to there. This is your conservative target. A little bit less conservative would be here, which brings you to a 7-to-1. So there you go. Okay, so Hafed, you're saying, can you have a look at the Qs chart on the monthly? You mean QQQs? QQQ? This one? You want me to look at a monthly chart? I mean, on a 3-day, we can already see, right? There's a breakdown. It should be similar to NVIDIA. But no real breakdown yet. NVIDIA actually has the breakdown. But on the QQQs themselves, I don't have a breakdown yet. Nothing. I want to see something on the other side of this. You do have an 8 on the weekly. Let's go to a monthly. What I bet is saying. Huge divs forming. I mean, I don't see any huge divergences forming yet. Is this what you were talking about? I see a 7. Yeah, I see a 7, but I don't see any. I need to see some kind of price movement to suggest divergence. I don't know what you're like. Price is higher here, so of course RSI is going to be higher. If price was up here and RSI was down here, then I would agree with you. I am looking at a monthly. So, you know, price would have to be up here and RSI would be like here. Then I can say you have a divergence, but price is not above the previous high. So that's the one thing to keep in mind. But yeah, just follow NVIDIA. I think that makes a lot of sense. The market's going to for the most part. Nice breakdown here on a daily, right? Okay, so that was NVIDIA. We can look at a couple other tech stocks. Meta. What's going on with Meta? Meta's basically gone straight up, going to the moon, non-stop up movement. Weekly chart. I mean, I don't see anything causing a pullback here. You do have a 9 on the weekly that came in. You have a 9 on the 3-day that came in. Daily, I would draw like this, and I would wait for a breakdown here. I'm actually going to set an alert. RSI. Yeah, exactly like that. Once we see some kind of breakdown there, I can start considering some kind of short. And maybe we pull back to, we've got multiple gaps here, right? We've got a gap down here at 99, gap at 150, and a gap at 200. A lot of gaps. Yeah, the Thread app. I'm not going to comment on that because I feel like it's such a political thing, but it would be it would be a great time for them for it to top out now that they've released the Thread app. Yes, offering the daily brief again. Took a nap today, feel pretty good. And I enjoy talking to you guys, interacting. A lot of people interacted last week, which gave me like some enthusiasm. I want to keep like talking to you guys. It's fun. So that's a part of the reason I'm doing it. But we do want to start creating some more higher quality focused content, not just live shows. I think that's something a lot of people like. By the way, let me know if anyone is having issues with buffering. Like you're trying to catch up and you're having issues with the stream, because that was something that I know Brian's stream was having. Some people were talking about. So I'm just curious if there's an issue also on my end. So just let me know. I've tried to set everything as low as possible so it easily passes to YouTube and doesn't cause any issues for anyone. But if there is issues, please let me know, and we could take a look again. Okay, so that's Meta. What other tech stocks I want to look at? Meta, NVIDIA, AMD. Let's look at AMD quickly. Did AMD go up? AMD didn't even double. You know what? I don't care about AMD. Didn't even go up that much. But you guys want to look at any stocks? Otherwise, I'm going to jump into crypto. Let me check I have a stock watch list. Let me look really quick. I just feel like there's something I wanted to talk to you guys about. I can't remember. That's what happens when I do these shows live. Can't remember what I want to talk about. Apple and... Okay, I'm going to look at Apple. And we'll look at... I think just Apple. Apple's fine. Maybe Netflix. We take a peek at Netflix. Let's do Netflix. Netflix had quite a move. Did anyone see The Witcher? The Witcher came out recently. I think it's a disaster. Very disappointed with season 3 of The Witcher so far. Extremely disappointed. Netflix also hitting a 9 on the weekly. 4 potential divergences coming in. 1 confirmed. Yeah, look at this. This 3-day chart is extremely messy, by the way. Very messy chart. So essentially what we did was we broke down how to fake out, and now we're retesting the other side. Okay, so Kenny's having issues. Kenny, where are you located? Yeah, Cotter, that's kind of how I felt, except I just kept skipping forward while I was cooking. For me, John, the main... By the way, this is stock and TV talk. We're talking fundamentals. The reason we're looking about Netflix and we're talking about Netflix shows because we're looking at the stock. Where is the company going? Do fundamentals matter? I don't really think so, but I'm disappointed with The Witcher. Why am I disappointed? Because I think the best thing about that show was Henry Cavill. Like when he's on the scene, it's a decent show. But most of season 3, he's not even on the show. He's like a secondary character, I feel like. It's a disaster. So I was extremely disappointed in season 3, and I don't know how millions of dollars can be invested in something and it can end up being so bad. I don't get it. Yeah, Netflix has been pretty bad. I don't use it most of the time. I can't even think of something that came out that I really enjoyed watching. I have this other app called Plex where I get movies for free from my friend who gets them somehow. And I usually will watch those sparingly. You know what was a good movie that I'd recommend to everyone is this Tom Hanks movie. I think it's A Man Called Otto. Is it? It's just called Otto. Otto. Very good. I thought it was a really great movie. So highly suggest considering watching it. Okay. Anyway, back to Netflix. Back to the stock market. What's going on with Netflix? Netflix looks like it is starting to top out, roll over. I don't have anything just yet, but we have a serious divergence forming. Look at this. Look at this. Boom, divergence. Boom. Everything's the same. It's all setting up very nicely. What's going on with VIX? Okay, because how are you guys going to short this? You're going to buy puts? If you buy puts, I suggest in the money puts, giving yourself 6 months to 1 year of time. That's what I recommend. Don't do something where it's like down here and you expect it to go to 250 and then you only give yourself a month and a half of time. Most of the time, you're going to be wrong. It's going to go to 0. Give yourself a really long period of time. Pick something that's kind of in the money, because then, the time decay doesn't affect you nearly as much. So just a recommendation for anybody who's looking to short this via the options market. Okay, Cotter. But for me, Otto was good. I thought it was a great life reflection style movie. But not, maybe some people might not like it. But The Witcher was just disaster. Very disappointed what they did with that. Okay, so Netflix, I'm looking for a short setup. No breakdown yet. Can sit up here longer. We will get a breakdown. Let's look at the VIX really quick. Let's see. VIX was, oh shit. Wow. Okay. This is a very big spike in the VIX. Extremely something to pay attention to. So options just got a lot more expensive. Options were very cheap down here, and they're a bit expensive now. A little bit more. Not on sale anymore. So this means the market has now come to the realization and is alerting people that there might be a move coming. No breakout yet. I want to see a breakout on this 3-day. You can look at a daily quickly. Yeah, even the daily. No breakout yet. I want to see if this retraces back to these levels. And hopefully next week we can get a bit of a pullback. And then this is your entry down here. That's your entry. You buy puts when things are down here. If you're up here, you're going to get them at a bit of a higher rate. But this is when you want to be trading options. When the VIX is suppressed, you're looking like you're looking for that decline in the market, which is going to cause that VIX spike. And when the VIX spikes, options naturally go up in value. Even if the stock you're holding doesn't move at all, the option will go up in value because of the VIX spiking. So this is something to keep in mind, and why it's better in this event to buy puts or calls rather than selling them. While when the VIX is at highs, like up here at 30, 28, 35, you want to actually be selling options, oftentimes credit spreads. That's safer than naked options. You really shouldn't sell naked options. That's unlimited risk. Better to do credit spreads. Let's see. PTON. Yes, PTON, I took profits up here, right? That was exactly where I wanted to, right? At chaos striked again. So not surprised with PTON. Nothing to talk about with that, but thank you, Cotter, for mentioning my amazing PTON trade. Let's look at SQQQ. Can we consider some longs? Yes. I think SQQ is bottoming. Nice bottoming pattern here. You can start hunting for longs, but nothing concrete just yet, right? You're still kind of heading lower here. You want to see that breakout on the other side, but it looks like it's creating a W. I kind of feel like a broken record here with how I'm just continually kind of saying the same thing and everything looks similar. Okay, so that was a couple stocks, and let's take a quick peek at crypto, and then I think we will jump into the after party. So we're almost at 30 minutes now. Brian likes to keep the shows to 30 minutes. I think it makes sense, and then we go to the after party for everybody that's a part of TRI, and then we'll talk about whatever you guys want there for as long as you want. Okay. Crypto. So there's a couple things. Oh, you know what? Well, I mentioned gold. I want to talk about gold more, but I'm going to do it in the after party. So I'll do gold in the after party. US dollar I'll also do in the after party. Let's look at crypto really quick. Bitcoin, of course, I touched on. Looks like it's putting in a bit of a topping pattern here. Very tricky pattern here. But it does look like, we made a lower, we've got some serious divergence coming in on this weekly chart, right? Even a 3-day, still strong, but not amazing. I mean, if anything, this looks like a distribution pattern to me. They're distributing. I mean, why else would it sit up here for almost an entire month? This is what a distribution looks like. Considering the way tech is looking, I don't see how this can't be considered a distribution pattern. And as I said before, the breadth is short. I don't have a clear trade on this, though. It's been very tricky. Extremely tricky. I think your short was up here. This was your short. But now, I mean, you could get another spike back up. Who knows? It's a unclear market right now and extremely difficult to trade. I don't have any trade recommendations for Bitcoin. I would wait to consider some kind of breakdown here. And once you break down below 2,900, you could get a further breakdown, but you do have support at 28. So considering this weekly, it's still in an uptrend, but there is this potential divergence forming. So it's basically a no man's land location. I think it's a terrible trading location. I think I can't suggest anything for it. We can look at the total. Maybe look at total. I'm gonna get rid of my background. My background signal indicator is still green, by the way. It's still saying up. But you can see the weekly looks like it's breaking down here. 3-day. Technically, the 3-day would be like this. Something like that. Stochastic RSI is still bullish. You've got a 7 that's come in. daily 12 hour did break down, but it slightly recovered. Well, yeah, it's not clear. Crypto market's a mess. It's a mess. I don't have any clear trades here. It's just all over the place. I think this can go either direction still. There are signs that divergences are forming, but I think it's a mixed bag at this point. I'm leaning towards the bear side, and mostly that's because the breadth is telling me to. So I would keep your eye on the breadth, because it can flip flop. And you've seen it flip flop like 2 times. So this is a tough, very tough area. Okay, I have a bunch of individual coins I want to talk about, like waves that I had a nice long trade on from down here, which I am seriously considering taking profits on. And a couple others I want to talk about. But we're at 30 minutes, so I'm gonna call it a day for the public daily brief, and we will go to the private after party. So if you are a member, jump over there. Sorry for the switch. And if you're not, consider signing up. Free trial, not that hard, and you'll have a lot of fun in the lounge, guaranteed. Okay. If I don't see you on the site and I don't see you in the after party, then I will see you next week. Probably the same time, probably the same bad channel. All right, bye guys.